Welcome back. Getting a little bit done. Let me turn the phone around and I'll show you what I've been working on as far as the rust removal. This side I definitely had to cut out a lot more than I did the passenger side. The cab mount for this side was actually rusted clear back to here. So I ended up just cutting it back right there. I've got to finish this cut here all the way down so I can remove all that and take this piece off. I already cut it on the top. I had to cut the flange off of here. I'll make a new one. What else? I did start cleaning all the glue and stuff that was on here from the carpet that was installed in here before I install the new cab mount. I've got to make sure, take measurements to make sure that this is the same height to the floor as the passenger side, so I get the cab level. Yesterday I started fabricating the new mount and stuff. And got things bent up. It's all welded and finished on the outside corner and fully welded on the inside. Some of the welds look good. Some of them are a little off, but out in there's really nice. But I end up having to make in two pieces. I'm leaving this weld so it adds the strength because I got this ground down on the outside. It was right here. But that's my project today, is finish this side. This will go I gotta make some tweaks to it. It'll go in like this, but you can see it's sitting on the bottom here, so that I'm thinking that this corner of the cab is low, and for some reason when I got it cut, it's like I'm a little bit shy. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get to that point. But right now I did get my toolbox all in here and put together. It's nice having that in here. I got a bar up here for all my clamps. Got that done. I got some stiffener bars across the A-frame legs. Also gives me the ability to pick it up until I get casters for it. You can see here I made a template. It only took me 4 tries to get a template right. Another piece of 16 gauge that I had came off that utility truck box. I got to finish cleaning the paint off there so I can finish drawing out my template and cut it off. I'm going to have to extend this at least 1/4 of an inch probably. I can always trim it back if I don't need it. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So, yeah. I'll bring you back once I have this piece cleaned and cut out. I know it's no fun watching somebody cut metal with a grinder. I have been using my shear. I used that yesterday quite a bit. I forgot how nice it is to have one. Yeah, I'll get this made. and then it'll be make the inside cab piece for this A-pillar, get that made, cut out, and I'll start building from there. I'll get that welded in. Then I can look at the outer corner of the A-frame. So what I'm saying is I'll get this piece that goes here done next. Then I'll take this piece out because that's got to get refabricated. I'll get the bottom here so I maintain the correct height. And then I'll add this front piece to stiffen this side. And then I'll start mounting the cab corner mount in there. I did discover, as you can see, there's a big old gaping hole right there. That's why they welded this scab of angle iron on here. That, and you can see the hole on the top. So what I'm probably end up doing is once I take out the steering gear box to replace it with the other one I have, I might just cut this whole section of frame out and take a piece from the F350 and put it in there, and then put some fish plates on it and to stiffen it. So, yep, the work continues. So I'll bring you back in a little while. It's cloudy today, it's cold, so there's not much light in the shop still. But I'm moving on, making progress. So I'll be back in a little while. Okay, I got the piece cut out. Already bent this flange and this flange. I'm working on this long flange. Won't fit in my sheet metal brake because of the step down. So I'm having to do it in the vise. What I do is I get it in here and go put my line just above the jaws. And then I just hammer it over back and forth, work it a little at a time until I get it at 90 degrees. Of course, I'm standing in my own light. And then because this is such a thicker piece, I can actually just put a bend in it that way. Down here where it's thinner, I can't do that. So like somebody was coming in the door. Back and forth, a little at a time. And what it does is it gives you a little wave. Where am I? There, now you can see it gives that wave of how much you're bending it. But it also kind of waves the panel. But it'll straighten out once I get it bent all the way. Sorry, I keep putting my arm in the way. I gotta take my jacket off, I'm getting hot. Excuse me. Just try to match up how much you bent before as you move along. And you probably noticed that solid metal hit. That was me actually hitting the jaw of the vise. Now you can really see the wave I put in it. As the metal gets thinner in height, you just got to make sure you don't get your fingers with the hammer. The wind is really picking up outside. It's a long process, but it's effective. There. Get it down to 90 degrees. And all I'm doing is hitting right on the brake. Trying to lock in the bend. And make it a little nice and crisp. You notice I'm hitting further out. bent and ready to go. Just got to put it in place, start welding it. But before I do that, I want to do a test fit. So let's go over to the truck. Might have to trim a little off one edge. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust. Well, no, I think I'm good. That'll work. You can see that actually lines up with the floor. But the reason it does that is because where did I put that piece? What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Nope. Oh, yeah, it is. It's because this piece has a hump in it where it's raised all along there. So this actually goes this way. Let's see if I can do this. And sits in there like so. Let's see if I can zoom this out. Bear with me. Yeah, there. It'll sit in there just like that. And you can see where my thumb's at. The band here. So, okay. Next step is weld this on. Clean up the outside welds. See about getting the next piece cut. I know I had it cut in the old shop, but when I started moving my stuff around, I couldn't find it. It might be in one of these boxes. Oh, and my bucket. I got my bucket of scrap metal and stuff over here. It's probably in that. Oops. Oh, shoot. I already had pieces made, but they weren't long enough. That's the first one I made. I ended up having to cut it out. So, okay. Well, there. There's my piece I was looking for. Nice. Alright, so now I got this piece already made. It goes in right here. It'll come up right there. Sorry for the shadows. Yeah. This bend right here, that one is low because I'm sitting on the step and it's sagging, but the edge should line up with that plate because that plate lines up with the corner right there. All right, I'm in business. I got everything primered. I just gotta clean up one area so I can weld it across here. Yeah, you can see how much just sitting on this, it's free. And this is what I was talking about. They just scabbed this plate in, didn't even really weld it, except for right up here. No, they didn't even weld it there, they just bolted it together. So I got to remake all this panel with a new flange here. I probably should do that piece first. Then I can primer it. Get this all welded in. Make sure that's going to cover. Oh, good. Hey, I got it right. Nice. Yeah, I'll do that because I got to make the corner in here from here down. Okay. Plan's coming together. I'll be back in a while to show you where I've made progress, do you? Nope. Nope. When I hit, I'm hitting down in this area on the back, so I'm close to the vise, and it gives it a crisper bend. Because if I was to hit up here, it would cause a dish effect in the middle. So, okay. What I'm going to do is I got it set up there. I'm going to tack the far end and then work my way down and adjust it, tack the corner. And I've got it to where the corners are offset like that. Not sitting on top of it, just offset, so I can fill this area with a bead of weld. And then I'll fully weld the inside also. And then that way when I clean the outside edge, it's still got a lot of strength in there. I've got my voltage on my welder at 18. Got my wire speed at 132. And some of this spattered off of my tip. Let's see. These. Still too tight. Okay, I don't know what happened. My camera shut off as I was explaining that I was going to align this, tack the end, work my way down. You can see I got it all tacked. Now I'm just going to go back in and start filling in between tacks until I get it welded. Right there. I'm not worried about it warping because it's got plenty of stiffness between the bends in this and the bends in all this. So. It's all good. Simple. Right there. It's all welded. I'll do the inside. Let that cool off for a bit. Brush that. That's too tight. Excuse me. Oops, sorry. I'll take a break and let that cool off, and then I'll start welding that. Okay. It should be cooled off enough now. Weld the insides. Gloves on. And we'll start again. Don't worry, I'll speed it up when I edit it. Get wacky. Another hold breath. Okay. Need to know how to pull the weld, or drag the weld and push the weld. Especially with tight spots like that. We're good. Sweet. I don't like ending on a bend like that, so I went around it. I'm not sure if it makes any difference. I'll get in there from the other side and do that. This just gives it more strength. especially after you smooth out the outside edge. Let's see if I can get in there from here. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Still looks good. All right. All that's left is that very tip, very end. Oops. Don't grab it where it's hot, even though you got welding gloves on. I burned this last bit, and then I can grind the outside. Alright, I do need to make little panels, pieces for here and here, for both sides. That's done for now. I'll let it cool off really good. Like I said, I'll grind it. And I've got 2 pieces made for this side already. So, yeah, this is the floor piece that I cut out. You can see it was pretty well gone. They had undercoating under it, but that rubberized undercoating, I don't like it because it just absorbs water still. And here's the flange I cut out. So I'll have to make that. And I can make that in my shrinker. Or stretcher, I mean. So, alright. I'm going to stop here. Okay, what I did was I got a piece of pipe. Got it welded on here. What that is the spacer. Let me try and get it out. It is the spacer that goes, whoops, there we are, over the hole. I got it backwards. Like so. It keeps it from collapsing. So now I gotta come down in here and try and get it welded inside there. That's my next step, but I'm gonna call it a night. Don't have enough light, and I'll probably end this video here because this one's gonna drag on for a while. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Hope y'all had a Merry Christmas. It was kind of rough for me since my dad passed away a week ago today. So that kind of put a damper on Christmas, but I survived. And thank you for those who gave me your condolences and kind words. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully this week I can get busy patching that rust in and start getting that all put back together and have that corner finally finished. And then I can move on to finishing a couple other projects I've started on it. Get them knocked out and stuff. So, yeah, y'all take care and thanks for joining me. Like, comment, and share, please. Appreciate you guys. Have a blessed one.